Hello and welcome back to War or Nothing, the #1 podcast for amateur and professional boxing across the UK and beyond. Today I'm delighted to be joined by the one, the only Mr. Matt Williams, Birmingham's super heavyweight, making a lot of noise across the boxing world. And it's with great reason too. Last year he won the NAC Championships, he represented Team England at the Three Nations, he won gold for Team GB, and the small matter of sparring heavyweight pros like Daniel Dubois, Fraser Clarke, Solomon Dacres, Moses Itauma, the list goes on. I think it's fair to say Birmingham has found its next big star. As always, if you enjoy this episode, please do consider subscribing to the channel, it helps a lot. And of course, show your appreciation for Matt and Acocks Green in the comments below. Enjoy. Matt, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, cheers.
For those that don't know about you, who are you and how did you come to the sport of boxing?
So I'm Matthew Williams, and I originally started when my uncle, I can literally remember him phoning my mum and saying, does he want to come to these boxercise that was for free in Marsden Green? And then I went down and I started to enjoy it a bit, and because I wasn't really athletic. I used to just like sit behind like a computer in it and just play video games. But yeah, I went down there and it was I started to love it, to be fair. And then he then took me to Sheraton's boxing, which is where it mostly began then from there. Because where I was before, I was just there like losing weight sort of thing, trying to stay active. But when I went down to Sheraton's boxing, that's where I thought, yeah, I actually want to do boxing. Like I want to become, like I had ambitions to become a boxer when I started with Sheraton. So he took me down there. I kept training, and I was training for ages, to be fair, like constantly sparring with like good kids at the time as well. I was sparring, and I was only young, but he then eventually I got a fight, and yeah, I think that's from Sheraton's boxing. It was it gave me a lot of like drive and will to win, and like become more like fierce, like wanting to win more. And you know, it was a backstreet gym. It was like very backstreet, and yeah, like eventually then I moved on to Acocks Green with Max.
In those early days, when you figured out you had that desire to box, what were those first kind of sessions like when you realised you had a bit of talent for the sport? What was that like?
To be fair, like I never really thought I had talent in it. Like I just thought, you know, if I work hard, I'm gonna get somewhere, and that's all I did really. I just tried to work hard, and you know, it was quite hard. I remember in Sheraton's, even though I thought it was, you know, this was in Stetford at the time, I thought, it's so hard. Like I was getting like just people, 60 kg people beating me up in sparring, and I thought, like, is this for me? Is it not? But I just kept going 3 days a week. I just kept going and going, kept showing up, and eventually I had my first fight, won, and it just rolled on from there, to be fair.
Do you think that's the difference? Keep showing up?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people have talent in that. Like there's people who have talent, but one talent is if just hard work and just keep showing up. And as long as you just keep showing up, you'll get whatever you want, really.
So when you came to Acocks Green, you'd already been moulded into a boxer. What was it like stepping through the doors here for the first time, and how did the coaches kind of react to seeing the way you boxed, the way you were around boxing gym?
Yeah, well, we had quite it was a bit of a story really, because I'd fought someone called Joe Bourne, and he's a sound guy. He's like proper sound. I've seen him a few times sparring around, like when I've gone sparring and stuff. I've seen him a few times, and he's turned professional now, and he's like, I reckon he'll be good in it, because he's powerful and strong. And I fought him in a Leamington Spar, and that's how I met Max, to be fair, because Max was there, and then he said after that fight, I was with Sheraton, and he said, do you want to come down sparring with Solomon and all that? And I come down, and it's just rolled on from there really, like sparring with Sol, and yeah, it's been class, to be fair. Yeah.
Let's touch on that, because you mentioned there Sol and the sparring with pros, established pros. That's kind of a different game altogether, isn't it? So yeah, talk me through that.
Yeah, I mean, when I first came down to spar Sol, I knew I was only doing like 4 rounds, but I was like proper, like I thought I was gonna get like beaten up bad. Like I thought I was gonna get proper like beaten up basically. But in the end, it was like it was all learning. And now, whenever I spar with Sol, it's just constantly trying to learn and stuff. Like, whereas some amateurs, you go in and it's just like a brawl in it, and because you're both like trying to win, and but definitely with Sol now, I've got to the point where we just got learning. Even if we're not sparring, like I could be hitting the bags, hitting the pads with Max, and he'll be saying things like just trying to make it so we improve each other, really.
Yeah, like little 1% better
Yeah,
each time.
definitely.
With amateurs, then, do you think it's ego that gets in the way when you come to spar? Do you think?
Definitely, because everyone's like the same level, innit? Everyone's hungry. In the amateurs, everyone's hungry to like try and win like the NACs or win titles and stuff. Because it's competitive. There's a lot of people entering, and it is what it is, isn't it? It's the egos.
NACs, you mentioned there, that's where I first kind of came into contact with yourself and seeing you kind of perform at the highest level, let's say, elite level. What was that experience like for you? Because, as you said, it's kind of the World Cup for amateurs, isn't it? It's the one, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely.
So what was it like to take part in that?
Well, I had Frankie Gavin in my corner, and I always remember him saying, because Blues were playing in Wembley, innit, in the semi-final. And I always remember him saying, when I fought Alex Williams in the semi-final, I remember him saying, this is the final. Because I knew then, if I won that fight, I knew I didn't know, but I was confident that I was going to win win the final, win the whole competition. But from when I started, to be fair, I always thought, I'm going to win the NACs. It was just a matter of when, innit? Like, I've always like tried and kept hard working, like kept hard work. Even like sometimes you'll get to the gym, you get, beaten up, bruised and all that. But if you just keep going, you'll get there. And yeah, when I was on the walking out to Forever True and that, like I wasn't really nervous. I was like I wasn't nervous. I was excited, like definitely, because I just knew, like, I didn't know I was going to win, but I just knew that I was going to put a performance on, and I just wanted to make it so I could like stamp my name, stamp where I come from, like in that ring right there.
You look really calm, because I was on the ramp with you before you walked down. And you took your time, you enjoyed the moment, it looked like.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you have a lot of people travel to see you box there as well?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them from Acocks Green, innit? A lot of people from Acocks Green come down, which was always great support from Acocks Green. And yeah, like Frankie was there in the corner. He's like a great coach. Like, all my family was there, my mum, my dad, my brother, my uncle come, because my uncle comes to like pretty much every other fight. And it's pretty mad, because he's the one who got me into it, innit? And he comes to all my fights, and it's just great. Like, it's great being out there. And I feel like that's probably the hard part now of being on like GB and all that. Like, you're fighting abroad, innit? Like, you ain't got like all like your family and your friends there watching. But it was just a great day. NECs was just a great day, to be fair. Like, coming home, winning, it was a great feeling.
When you've won that final and you've picked, I mean, because it was an incredible bout, let's just say that, let's get that out there. It was hard for me because I was trying to film it for England Boxing, but also I was kind of watching it as well. It's a difficult one, but very, very good bout, solid win. When you've kind of, when it's been announced and you've won and you're celebrating, what's going through your mind then? Are you immediately thinking, okay, what's next?
Definitely, like I'm thinking like Tri-Nations, basically, because I had my letter come through for England assessment, so I'm already thinking, I've got to be ready for that, and I've got to like try and perform in that. And I'm not necessarily, it was quite like, I got there and it was quite a disappointment, to be fair, because I thought, when I get there it's going to be amazing. But when I got there I thought, it's just what's next, innit? And I just, I kind of thought, where's it going to go from here? But looking back on it now, like, I'm quite happy. I'm like proud of it, because two from Acocks Green, me and Waller, we both come back with belts. So it's just great, isn't it?
Three Nations then after that. Talk to me about that, because I was there covering that as well. Bit of a strange experience for me. I'd never been to a Three Nations. Lots going on. What was that like to be there with Team England?
Yeah, to be fair, I was probably feeling the same as you, innit? Because that was my first time like stopping with Team England and stopping like almost a fight internationally, isn't it? And I knew I had a good kid like Mitchell Barton. I knew he was a good, experienced kid. Like, he had fought Solomon Dacres, so he was giving me a lot of advice in that. But it was I knew it was going to be a good kid, and I knew it was going to be a good event, to be fair. But obviously I only had the one fight, so it was nice to be around like all the squad, like England squad, and like to be around in like a hotel and and like see what it's like and how it all works, like how you're gonna get to the venue, how you're gonna weigh in and all that. And it was just it was just a great experience, and it was another good one because me and Waller was there again. So it was like Acocks Green like trying to take over in it.
That's it, on top, Acocks Green on top. It was, I mean, I wasn't at the hotel, but in the kind of warm-up area, it was odd for me because you had your team, I think it was Team Scotland, just over the way within the same room sort of thing. Yeah. But in the England side of things, it seemed very relaxed. There was music on, people were kind of chilling out. I think people were doing yoga at one point or relaxing, you know, it was something that was going on there. But it seemed like there was a real kind of cohesive, you know, team bonding going on.
Yeah.
Did you feel that from your experience?
Yeah, definitely. I think like with Amanda Coulson, she definitely like makes a whole team. She's like, Amanda Coulson's the head of England, isn't it? So she definitely makes the team bond together. Like I remember our time in Tenerife and stuff. It was more like a team bonding. Like it was hard training and stuff, but like as a team, we all come together. And you know, like if people lose, then like we get around them, and it's like if people win, then we all win. So it's like in a sport of boxing where it's like you're on your own really in the ring. As soon as the bell goes, you're on your own. It's she made it quite more comfortable, like prior to the fight and after the fight, like knowing that you had a team around you.
Yeah, support and people around.
Definitely.
Moving on from Three Nations, obviously that was another terrific win for yourself. Are you then thinking, right, GB? Is that what you're thinking after that?
Yeah, well, I had my assessments, and I'd already been up there sparring. I'd sparred the Mar and stuff up there. I'd sparred Delicious like a year ago.
Oh, really?
That. Yeah, I'd been up there because obviously Max McCracken, he had got me up there a few times sparring. So they already knew like what I was about, and they'd already seen me in like the NACs and stuff. So yeah, I went to the assessment, and you know, I went through, and it all come through. Me and MK were on GB then, so yeah, it was great.
What was that feeling like? Because that must be kind of like a wild dream, you know, come true in that moment.
Yeah, once again, it was like the NACs. Like I thought, once if I get on GB, I've made it. I thought, oh, I've made it. But as soon as you get on GB, and then you're thinking, oh, what's next? And you're just thinking, oh, I've got to train now. Keep going. What's next? And I think that's the whole point of the journey. Like I think that's how like you're designed to be. You're just designed to win. You have to just keep wanting to win. And if you ever get comfortable, then you're not gonna perform. And to be fair, like I think that's more like a blessing to be fair, like wanting to win and keep the hunger.
Desire and the hunger grows with the achievements type of thing.
Definitely.
The bigger the achievement, the bigger the goal.
Definitely.
And as it keeps on going.
Yeah.
Do you have ambitions of going pro, do you think?
Definitely have ambitions of going pro, because that's like what people think. When you think of boxing, they think of like professional, most people. Mm-hmm. So I definitely have ambitions of going professional, but it's just a matter of knowing when, like, and what to do, and how much I'm benefiting from the amateurs at the moment. Because at the moment, I feel like since I've been on GB I've been on there for 6 months, I feel like I've benefited a whole lot, like top quality sparring with top amateurs. We've had the Worlds camp where a lot of other countries have come in, sparring like other countries. So I've definitely benefited from being on GB more than if I had turned pro. So obviously I leave that decision to Max McCracken, because he obviously knows what's best. Like he's been around the game for like longer than I have been. So I leave that to him. But obviously, like, yeah, I want to turn pro, but I've just got to keep focusing on where I am at the moment.
You mentioned there, Max. You are a product of Max McCracken, and you know, McCracken Boxing. It's, you know, famous name within boxing.
Yeah.
Do you feel that kind of puts not a target on your back, but you know, people think, oh, right, I know how this kid's going to box. I know, you know. Do you feel that to any degree?
Well, I definitely feel like when you say it puts a target on your back, I feel like it makes it a lot more competitive, because people think, oh, he's like with Max McCracken and obviously Rob McCracken and all that. And it definitely makes it more competitive, but I'm comfortable with that, to be fair. Like, I'm comfortable with it being competitive. Obviously, it's like Max helps me and guides me and trains me, but it's me in the ring at the end of the day, and I've got to perform, and I don't want to like show up. People like Max, like, I think that's more of the pressure. It's not necessarily the pressure against the opponent, but the pressure to perform and to not look like sloppy and not do nothing like sloppy, because really you're being guided by like Max and stuff, so you have to hold that prestigiousness, like, sort of
represent the name and do it justice type of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's interesting. You've been sparring with, well, I mean, you've touched on it already, you've sparred with pros, but recently you've been sparring with Mr. Fraser Clarke ahead of his fight, which is, this will go out after, but it's tomorrow, isn't it? What's that experience been like for you? How did that come about, first and foremost? Talk to me about
that. Well, they asked me to come spar earlier on, but I think I was in Ireland at the time, and Max said, yeah, he can't come spar because I'm in Ireland and fighting. But after that, I had come down, when I had the next chance to, I come down to spar Fraser, and it was just like good rounds. Like I jumped in with Fraser and did a few rounds and stuff, and it's just like proper learning, like, because he's been there, he's been on GB for like, I think he said like 12 years or something crazy. He's been on GB for ages, and obviously I've been on for 6 months, so like he knows all the ins and outs. Like he's giving me like advice what to do when you're on GB and stuff, and like to enjoy it. And he mentioned that that's what he enjoyed the most, like GB. But you know, it's been good quality rounds, like getting it in with him, and I think that's what sets me apart from a lot of kind of amateurs around this country, but especially internationally. Like they're not getting that top sparring. Like I've always had, for the past like year now, I've always had top sparring. Like I've been sparring like top names like Moses, Dubois. I've been sparring top names really, and obviously with Sol, most weeks I've been sparring him, and it just sets you apart from other countries where, like, look at Australia, for who I've just fought Australia. He can't really have top sparring. Like there's not many unless he like comes over here. So this is the hub of where the top training is going to be. So that's like, I'm quite lucky to have that, to be fair.
Do you think that you should be jumping for stuff like that then at this level?
What, for sparring? Definitely. If any sparring comes through, like I'll definitely jump for it, because not only is it like great learning and it's great, like a great experience and all that, but they pay you good money as well. So it's like a benefit. You can't lose in it.
Yeah, get the experience, get the money, and get out there, hopefully alive.
Yeah, definitely.
How hard does Fraser Clarke hit? That's what I want to know.
If he hits you clean, he hits hard. So that's like what, because I was with my brother at the time, and that's what we were saying, like, oh, you got to watch them right hands coming in. Like I got to watch, like I got to be careful. I got to be ready for like stuff. It was the same with everyone I've sparred, like Sol, with Itauma, with Dubois. I'm thinking like I do not want to like get caught clean, because I'm thinking that they're all powerful. That they wouldn't be there if they weren't like powerful and strong, like top boxers. But that's why they're there. So if you're not switched on 100% of the time, they're probably going to catch you.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it gains you the experience, but also, I mean, with Fraser Clarke for this upcoming fight, kind of, you gain experience, but what does it feel like to know that you're kind of helping him get ready for a fight as well? Yeah,
it's amazing, to be fair, like knowing that, because it feels like that's your level, but obviously like that's up there. I've still got to like grab it, and you know, I'm not that level yet, but it feels like that's a level I can get to. I feel like British title, I feel like maybe one day that could be me in the future, like fighting for British title or something like that. And it's yeah, it's just crazy to know that, like, where I am now, 21, I can go in the ring and, you know, not be showing up and, like, you know, throw punches back, and you know, and it's just a great feeling, to be fair.
It's a massive achievement, one you should definitely be proud of. Yeah. Do you have world honours on your mind, do you think? You mentioned British, but do you have world honours on your mind?
Definitely. Like I feel like if you don't aim for the world championships, then you're not gonna get like British. You know, if you aim for British, then you're probably only going to get English in it. So you have to, I try and aim for greater than, like, I try and aim for the very best.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to just keep aiming higher, because you're probably just going to, you're always going to hit lower than what you aim for. So you've just got to aim for the most you can imagine, really.
Go for everything.
Yeah, everything. So, yeah.
What is next for Matt Williams? You live, you know, when you're training at GB, you're living down there and you're in Sheffield and you're around that and you're continuing on with that. Do you have your eyes set on, you know, what is next for you?
Well, at the moment, like, my main concern is getting better.
Yeah.
Of course, I think that's like what most boxers want. They want to look back in a month. They say, "Have I got better this month?" But other than that, I'm going to Croatia on the 8th to hopefully get a few bouts there, because I've only really had a couple bouts for GB now. So I'm trying to go to Croatia, get some good bouts in there. I think it's in Zagreb or something. But yeah, hopefully I'll get some more bouts, more experience, and keep improving. Because obviously there's it's me and Damar, and we get a lot of sparring. Me, Damar, Isaac, we spar a lot up there, to be fair. And it's class sparring. Like if you look back on all the pros I've sparred, yeah, that's class. but I'm sparring these guys like every week, and they're top amateurs, and it's just great to spar them like every week, and I'm only going to get better, you know, so it's just great.
Matt Williams, it's an absolute pleasure to watch you box. It's a pleasure to film you box, and I cannot wait to see what is next for yourself. The final thing that I wanted to touch on was your connection with the Blues. You are a massive, massive Blues fan. Yeah. I think that was the first thing you told me after winning the NACs. You weren't really talking about boxing, you're talking about the Blues, being in the final, or was it semi-final? I forget.
Yeah.
But talk to me about the connection with the Blues.
Yeah, I mean, the Blues has always been like, I think everyone around Birmingham, especially from like our side of Birmingham, but it's just like engraved in them. Like I've got it tattooed on my leg, and it's just something. It's like where you come from, and it's just when you go down there to the ground and stuff, it's like a whole different atmosphere. Like everyone's like, this is what I've noticed going round like all different countries and going round to like up to Sheffield and stuff. I've noticed there's not many people like Birmingham people, and I think Birmingham people, like they're all like together. It's like a togetherness, and it's like a whole different vibe to everyone else. And it's just great to be down the games and stuff, and it's like people around you, that it's like a family sort of thing, and it's great. And it's great seeing the club doing well. Like me and my brother and my dad, we used to go like every game, season ticket. We must have gone for like 7 years, and then like now they're doing so well, and it's just great. Like the owners that have come in, they're investing so much money, and it's just great to see. Like for a club that, you know, really, I feel like Birmingham, they're like a losing club. Like we're used to losing, but I feel like it's changing now. Like if you look at last season, like to win the league last season, it was just great, and I feel like it's changing, and Blues are becoming a winning club now, and it's just great.
Do you see a future kind of collaboration with Blues?
Definitely, I think like it would be good to like collaborate with Blues, but to be honest, that would be like winning the NACs and winning this, or winning a British title, winning World Champions is one thing, but to like, if I ever got with them, like with the Blues and collaborating with them, that's like a whole different level, because that's like not just me, that's like my whole family, and it's like everyone in my family is a Blues fan, and it's just, that would just be like insane, to be fair, like knowing that like I'm collaborating with something that it's pretty much my life, to be fair, like it's ingrained in me.
So maybe a Matt Williams headline show at the Blues ground in the future, do you think?
Yeah, I'd rather that than anything in the world, to be fair. That would just be absolutely amazing. Like to know that you have all the Birmingham like fans, and just to be around the Blues, like just to be connected with the Blues is just amazing in itself.
Even though I'm a West Brom fan, I would be the first one there. I'll be on the front row if well, when that night comes. Let's say when that night comes. Yeah. But yeah. Matt, thank you so much for your time. Cheers, and like I say, I'm really excited to see what's next for yourself. And yeah, long may it continue.
Yep. Cheers, thank you. Thank you for coming.